Hello, students! Today we are going to finish our exploration of the character of Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. We will be exploring Scrooge's last key characteristic as a transformed man. Today we continue our character study of Ebenezer Scrooge from Dickens's A Christmas Carol. Our focus today will be on Scrooge's remarkable transformation from a miserly, cold-hearted individual to a man filled with compassion and generosity. We will trace his journey as we start with the warning from Jacob Marley, before moving on to look at Scrooge's regret and remorse about his behaviour. By the end of the novel, we see that through redemption and reconciliation, he is able to re-evaluate his life and ultimately embrace the true spirit of Christmas. Let's begin. Throughout the novella, Scrooge undergoes a process of self-reflection and acknowledgement of his own shortcomings. He comes to recognize the impact of his miserliness, cold-heartedness, and isolation on himself and those around him. This realization serves as the catalyst for his transformation, as he begins to take responsibility for his actions and attitudes. The quote, "I wear the chain I forged in life," replied the ghost. "I made it link by link and yard by yard. I girded it on of my own free will, and of my own free will I wore it," comes during Scrooge's encounter with the ghost of Jacob Marley. Marley's ghost reveals to Scrooge the heavy chain he bears in the afterlife, forged from his own actions and choices in life. Marley's admission that he willingly created his own chain serves as a warning to Scrooge about the spiritual consequences of his own behaviour. This prompts Scrooge to reflect on his own actions and recognize the impact of his miserliness and cold-heartedness on himself and others. This moment of recognition is crucial for Scrooge's transformation, as he begins to understand that taking responsibility for his past behaviour is the first step towards positive change. As Scrooge encounters the ghosts of Christmas past, he experiences a profound shift in perspective. Through witnessing scenes from his past, observing the struggles of others in the present, and confronting the consequences of his actions in the future, Scrooge develops a newfound sense of empathy and compassion. He learns to prioritize human connection and kindness, replacing his former selfishness with a desire to help and support those in need. For instance, when Scrooge says,
"I wish. But it's too late now."
Here he is, visiting his previous Christmases with the ghost of Christmas past and sees himself as a lonely young child. This moment reveals several key aspects of his transformation. Firstly, his muttering "I wish" shows Scrooge's regret and remorse for his past actions, revealing his willingness to acknowledge his mistakes and consider the possibility of change. Secondly, his admission that "it's too late now" indicates his awareness of missed opportunities for connection and happiness, marking a significant realization about the value of human relationships. Lastly, even though he believes he cannot change the past, his actions of drying his eyes and putting his hand in his pocket suggest he is accepting his past and resolving to change for the future. This moment marks a pivotal step in Scrooge's transformation, illustrating his move away from selfishness and towards a life of compassion and kindness. Finally, by the end of the novella, Scrooge undergoes a complete transformation, experiencing redemption and reconciliation with himself and others. He embraces the true spirit of Christmas, embodying qualities of generosity, forgiveness, and joy. Scrooge seeks to mend broken relationships, including those with his nephew Fred and his employee Bob Cratchit, and actively participates in acts of charity and goodwill. His transformation culminates in a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment, as he embraces a life filled with love, connection, and happiness. This change is evident in Scrooge's heartfelt plea.
"Spirit! Hear me! I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been, but for this intercourse. Why show me this if I am past all hope?"
This quote occurs during his encounter with the ghost of Christmas yet to come and marks a turning point in his character. The exclamation marks, "Spirit," and "Hear me!" emphasize the intensity of Scrooge's realization and his deep desire for change, showing his journey from a miserly, cold-hearted individual to someone seeking redemption. By acknowledging his past mistakes and expressing a willingness to change, Scrooge admits his faults and shows a commitment to personal growth. This moment of self-awareness is crucial, as it reveals his hope and determination to alter his fate through positive actions, ultimately transforming him into a compassionate and caring person. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. We've examined how Marley's warning to Scrooge enables him to realize the impact of his cold-heartedness. Scrooge's self-reflection begins his transformation, as he begins to accept his actions as he shows regret and remorse for his actions. Finally, we saw that the intensity of Scrooge's realization leads him to alter his fate. Through these key moments, we've seen Scrooge's journey from a miserly individual to a caring and compassionate man. Remember to keep revising this lesson and see you next time.